the Together Again Expo at the Tech Niche booth. We are so excited to be here. My name is Sarah Solomon Dotted, and I almost cried walking into this expo floor today because it was such a good feeling to just be back home. It feels like home. All of the attendees are practicing social distancing. They're seated apart. We're all wearing masks except for us right now because we're about to do an interview, but I will say the furniture here is 6 feet apart, so we are still practicing social distancing, and as you can see, we're also not using a stick mic of any sort. We're using a boom mic, and we're also using roving cameras, so everything is safe. I want to get started with our first guest of the day, Selena Mullinax, a dear friend of mine and a colleague with Cort Events.
Good morning, everyone. Nice to see you, Sarah.
Good to see you too. So we are here at the Together Again Expo. What did it feel like for you initially, just like walking in this morning?
Exhilarating, can I say that? I mean, it was very refreshing to be able to see booths and people. It's really the people. Yes, we're all wearing masks, so I really now have to get to know you by your eyes. But it's very exciting to see a show actually happen and the load-in process all week and see all the industry come together. It was great.
Yeah, and speaking of the load-in process, Cort Events is here in full force. You actually provided the furniture that we're currently using, so thank you for that.
Thank you.
What has this experience been like for Cort Events over the past few months?
It definitely was a turning point in March when we realized that events are going to change, and how can we as a company, as an industry leader, advance and move forward with the new norm. We have developed new products that you can see in our booth in 818. And we've just been very innovative with our clients, working together, asking questions of what can we do to make events happen and possible again while still following physical distancing guidelines. We will be presenting later on throughout the show, and you can see some of our presentation, but it's really about being innovative, developing new products, and going with the norm.
Love it. And have you been doing events? I mean, I know that obviously events have taken a pause, but we're starting to see things here and there pop back up in various regions of the country and beyond. So what has that been like for Cort Events?
Definitely. So at first it was everything went virtual, right? So we were delivering and we were creating spaces just like this so that companies could create content for their virtual meetings. So that was very exciting because instead of designing an entire general session or entire reception, now we focus on this, the main elements of what does the backdrop look like, what do the little decor elements look like. So after virtual, then people started feeling more comfortable having meetings at their homes. So it was a lot of outdoor, backyard type of events. And now, I mean, even with NASCAR kicking off, I have an event right now in Indianapolis because it's in full force. So now with sports, we have some furnishings for the players in the NBA bubble at Disney. So it's exciting to see all these happen.
It's especially exciting being in Orlando because you do have things like the NBA and other sporting events that have come to our city. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
Now, what has been your biggest learning lesson out of this whole experience? I know for me, I've learned so much about myself, about the industry, just finding a deeper appreciation for the industry overall. What has been your biggest learning lesson?
We're all in this together. I mean, there is no competition. We're all working together to advance the industry, whether it be how can we be innovative, how can we add products, how can we work together. If you're here in person, you can go over to the Christie's Photographic Solutions booth. They're doing free headshots, and you're able to take your mask off because we have our new free-standing clear dividers for safety. So it's working on those partnerships. How can we work with the hotels and the logistics and trucking and delivery and labor to make everything safe. So that's what I love is, it always happens whenever tragedy strikes. We all unite, and that's just what I love about this industry.
I could not have said it better myself. Thank you so much for being here with us and for sharing what the past few months has looked like for Cort Events, but also for you as a professional in this industry. So thank you.
Thank you.
Enjoy the expo. I know I'm certainly going to do the same. We've got quite a lineup of interviews for you today. We're going to be talking to various companies about what their experience has been like, how they're innovating, so on and so forth. So now we're going to toss to some roving interviews.